Jeff in Indianapolis asks, what can I do to protect my online privacy?
Okay, Jeff, here's the deal. Let's say we did have access to everything, and Snowden isn't some giant treasonous liar. Well, I mean, no matter what, he broke the law and he committed treason, but let's pretend that he's being honest and we've been collecting everything you do online. Well, we don't have time to check out every Amazon purchase you've made or peruse a list of porn that you've been watching, and I mean, nobody gives a damn about your affair. I mean, unless you've been at home making rice and gassaroni for school children, you're not even a blip on our radar.
Rice and gassaroni.
Hey, hit me with another one, babe. Sorry.
At Wanjiku Swag asks, how can I send an email that the NSA can't read?
Oh, buy stamps. We still need an old-fashioned warrant for that.
Don't you have an X-ray machine that looks at letters and... All right. At Laura Butterfly asks, what's the deal with love intelligence?
Oh, okay. Technically, that's an agency in-joke, and the people that have been misusing the programs have been reprimanded. NSA policy strictly prohibits the use of agency systems to cyber stalk love interests and old girlfriends.
I've done that.
Girlfriend, eh?
Maybe girlfriends, maybe boyfriends. Who knows? It's private.
Private?
It's between me and their email. I do not hack and tell.
It sounded like you said hack intel.
I notice you are not bilingual.
Yet?
Typical. Here's a good question for you. Angela from New Jersey asks, what does the NSA do anyway? I thought the FBI and CIA did all of these.
Well, the agency, as we like to call it, enables network warfare operations to defeat terrorists and their organizations at home and abroad, consistent with U.S. laws and the protection of privacy and civil liberties. Okay, we just threw in that last part to cover our ass.
It's a very thorough answer. From official handbook.
Bill has a mess for you.
Look, the only hope we have to thwart the bad guy is to cast a wide net and catalog and index every email and phone record we can. I mean, no one knows who the real enemy is. I mean, look at a purple collared shirt here with the dark hair. I mean, do you really think we can trust him? He could be plotting against our whole American way of life. I mean, wouldn't you sleep better knowing we have our eyes on him?
I could take him.
I'd like to see that. Angela, was it? Well, let me break it down this way. Some 12-year-old, sooner rather than later, is going to render every spying capacity we have obsolete by coming up with some unbreakable encryption algorithm, and he's going to do it in the back of his mom's Volvo on the way to soccer practice. Our job at the NSA is to stay one step ahead of that 12-year-old, because that 12-year-old only has to be right once, and the NSA has to be right every time.
The NSA, protecting you from 12-year-olds everywhere.
Well, what do you say the FSB does when people ask?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm serious. What do you say?
Wouldn't you like to know?
And people accept that?
Yep.
Any more questions?
Henry Barrett Brown asks, can the NSA change the information in these databases? Doesn't that mean someone can be framed?
That's a lot of hypotheticals, fella. I'd like to remind you that the only proof you have that these allegations are true come from some self-aggrandizing hacker with a with a history for disobedience, whose only friends are a rapist hiding out in an embassy and radical leftist South American dictators. Oh, and I shouldn't forget right-wing nut jobs back in the good old US of A. I mean, consider the source. Next question.
Here's one for you, Grizzle Bear. How many terror attacks has the NSA thwarted using these systems?
Well,
Yeah, I'd like to hear the answer to that one too.
Is everything okay?
I don't want to talk about it.
Your ex still mad at you?
No, it was my dad and his lawyer.
Oh, giving you tips on how to be a better trader.
My father retired from the Coast Guard. He is a patriot, and you should shut up and answer the question about how many terrorist attacks you've saved everyone from in return for destroying their constitutionally protected right to privacy.
Ooh, testy.
The lawyer pushes his buttons.
And does not speak for me.
Oh, is that why you're doing this? Daddy didn't pay attention to me. Daddy didn't come to my Little League games, but now he'll pay attention to me.
One, my dad and I are fine. And two, apparently you're not brave enough to answer the question.
All right. Fine. I'll answer the question. One, I'd like to remind you that technically we've never admitted that these systems still exist or are still operational if they ever did exist. Two, at least 54 plots, but really, I mean, it could be hundreds, maybe even thousands of plots foiled. I mean, you know, we might have lost Detroit.
Meh.
Try one plot foil.
Okay. Just one.
Just one.
Hardly seems worth it.
It could be thousands of plots.
Just one plot was disrupted, and that was overseas. I mean, more people have died from police and, I don't know, bathtub falls than terrorists. I mean, they just use that as an excuse to destroy your right to privacy. I mean, they missed Boston, the Aurora Theater shooting, Newtown, the underwear bomber, and that guy who tried to blow up his car in Times Square. Oh yeah, and they admitted that before Congress.
You know, it's the ones you don't hear about that matter. It shows we're doing our job.
Oh, so you lied to Congress?
We don't lie to Congress.
Didn't head of NSA
It was the director of national intelligence, and he did, in fact, lie before Congress, say that the American people were not being surveilled. He's still in charge over there, by the way, collecting his government salary of taxpayer dollars. So, good work all around, everyone. I can see why you're so proud to work there, Flenkins.